And I think there's signs of the way we played in the second half against Ole Miss, and at times the way we played in this game tonight, where we just got to build on that. We're not where we want to be. We're not where we need to be. Players have to be committed to continuing to try to stack on the improvements that we're making at every position, and do a better job. Obviously, we didn't play the run as well as we'd like to, tonight, but they were more committed to running it than we thought they'd be, especially on third down. And but I think that when the defense started out great and finished the game great, got 3 turnovers, and I think the offense controlled the line of scrimmage and played pretty well. I think Jalen was efficient, but there are still times where I think with more confidence he'll even be more consistent, and his ability to make plays with his feet is always something that can be a great benefit to us. So I believe in this team. I like this team. We're got some guys beat up, and it hurts us a little bit. Lawson, signal caller out there, Tresman Marshall did a really good job, but Jihad's a little inexperienced. Those 2 guys playing together has been really good for us. So I don't know when those guys will be back, so don't even ask. Probably won't know until midweek. But nobody really banged up bad tonight that I know about. So, but I'm just, this is a tough game for us. It always is. We've been coming over here for lots of years, and we've had a lot of tough games, and it was a physical, tough game tonight, and I'm proud of our players for the way they finished and the way we competed in the game.
Guys, raise your hand. Nick?
You had some moments in the first half where you seemed pretty animated on the sideline. What was behind that for you, and kind of how do you think that helped things?
Well, Miss Terry told me if we're not playing good to get on their butt, so I just did what I was told.
Hey, Coach, you guys score your first non-offensive touchdown of the year with that pick 6 early in the first half. How much pressure does that take off the offense when you guys can get in the end zone defensively?
Well, I think it was great. We had great field position early in the game. James had a 60-some yard punt or whatever, which was helpful. I think scoring on defense is always something that players dream about, think about, always want to do, so it was good to see. Hopefully we can keep getting turnovers and not turning the ball over. We had a couple balls on the ground tonight that we didn't lose, so ball security is really important. But if you're going to score on defense, you got to get turnovers, and Braz did a great job on that one. We ran pressure into the boundary. He was playing defensive end. He dropped to the field. I think it probably confused the quarterback a little bit, and he did a great job. Big play in the game.
Coach, you mentioned that Jalen was efficient tonight, but you want to see more confidence instilled in him. What does that look like from you, and what does he need to do specifically to instill more confidence?
Well, I think he's building more confidence every day. I think he's played better in each game, and I think he'll continue to do that as he gets experience. I think we're all a little smarter as we get older because we have more experience. So, and I think as he gains more experience, he's going to gain more confidence. He's very committed in preparing the right way and doing the things that he needs to do to be able to play well in a game. And I think as he gets a more comfortable understanding defense, he'll be able to make quicker decisions, and he's going to be fine.
Chase right here.
Coach, I know you don't like to talk about offensive linemen individually until you've seen tape, but as a group, did you have the sense that they played their best game or one of their best games?
Oh, they played really well. Those guys, even you all can tell that they were plugging and stunting a lot, right? That's what I told you they'd do. and that's really tough on offensive linemen when you have to block movement and pluggers all the time. And I think the offensive line did a fantastic job of controlling the line of scrimmage. I don't know what we ended up rushing for, but, and I think that's important to our team to have that kind of balance.
Tony?
Right here. There were several short yard situations where you either went out of the gun or the pistol. Is that something that you like, and why not?
you know, I watch games on TV, you know, and everybody's in a gun. You know, some people never get under center. I think, you know, when we're in the gun, we clap. Players get in a rhythm. When you get under center, you have to go on voice command. And it was pretty loud out there on a couple of those occasions. And I think we had some things that we wanted to do in short yardage with the quarterback under. But I think we're a little apprehensive about using verbal cadence. So, you know, when I played, everybody was in an I formation and the quarterback was under center. You know, we watched a movie last night called The Program, which was like 30 years ago, which I played 30 years before that. And that's the only formation there was in the whole game, was I formation, quarterback under center. So now the quarterback's never under center. And so you got to worry about getting the snap, and you got to worry about voice command. But I do think there is a place in short yardage situations where a quarterback being under center and not handing the ball off, you know, 5 yards deep in the backfield. But you can't allow penetration like we did either. So it still comes down to executing. All them other plays that we ran in the game that made, how many yards do we have rushing?
193.
193. We're in a gun every time. Explain that to me.
I'm not the
You've asked about this 2 times in a row, so I know you're a quarterback under center guy. I know that.
Go to Nick.
Who was the defensive signal caller tonight in replacing Deontay, and how did he do?
Trez did. Trez did it. He did fine. We had a couple of mistakes on the with the backers on, you know, when they run sliders and the tight end comes across the backfield. Depending on what the defense is and what the fit is, everybody's got to know, how do I slide back in my gap and who takes the guy? Well, a couple times, one time for sure, we didn't take him. A couple other times we took him when we weren't supposed to take him. So that linebacker that was taking him should have been playing a gap. So, and that comes with experience. But Trez did a really good job in the game. I was really pleased with him. He's been a really good addition for us. He's got maturity. He's an older guy. He doesn't get rattled out there. He's got a lot of mental toughness. And he's been a really solid player for us all year.
Finish here with Austin.
Yeah, Coach, it's not very common to go against the same quarterback 4 times. You've seen Will Rogers 4 times, and he's averaged under 200 yards and had 8 interceptions in those 4 starts. What do you think your team has done so well over the last 4 years to kind of limit him?
Well, he's a really good player. I didn't really realize what you just said, but he's a really good player. You know, the last couple of years, when they were always in 4 wideouts, we did all kinds of junk, you know, where you knew they were going to pass. Well, we had some of that junk dialed up for them tonight, and they ran the ball every time on 3rd and 8 and made a first down. So I just think the guy's an outstanding player. I got a tremendous amount of respect for him. I thought our players did a good job of not allowing them to have explosive plays, you know, and I especially throwing, because that was my concern going into the game. I was concerned about, can we stop them running, which we didn't do a very good job of, but they ran the ball in some situations that we didn't think they would. And we were able to limit the explosive plays that he made in the game. And I think early pressure on him was a positive thing for us.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys,
Thank
hustle
you.
downstairs for players, because I know Ellis is going to be chomping the bit to get out of here.